Thilo, vielen Dank, dass du
Thilo, thank you very much for your time. I wanted to talk to you about renewable energy and if we see ourselves prepared. How do you see the challenges of the renewable energy market and especially the security of supply?
Well, I perceive it exactly as you say. If you follow the statistics in the trade press, the renewable energy shares over the last month and in the first half of the year 50% in some cases. That means the energy transition is taking hold. We also notice this from current inquiries, both for new plants and for retrofitting old plants, which means that they have to be modernized again after 10 or 15 years. This is the daily business we are currently looking after.
Geht mir sehr, sehr ähnlich.
Yes, it's very similar for me. I was at a PV plant the other day where a customer called me and said he had an insulation fault in his plant. He was glad that the insulation monitoring device detected it. But with thousands of photovoltaic modules and kilometers of cable, he didn't know where the insulation fault had occurred. We went to the site and were able to find it. Is it possible to bring fault localization directly to the new customers, to new installations?
Also das Ziel bei Neuanlagen muss es definitiv sein,
Well, the goal for new plants must definitely be to include fault localization, which means that we not only want to detect the fault as early as possible, but also give the customer the ability to localize the line where the fault has occurred in the shortest possible time. The plants were built years ago, planned as a return on investment, but now they are a real part of the energy transition and therefore it's more important that the plants are constantly functioning. Operators of old plants, some of which are rated for several megawatts in Germany, have approached us and simply wanted information on how we can support them with our technology.
In photovoltaic systems, thousands of solar modules are installed in parallel and in series to generate electrical voltage. This voltage can be up to 1500 volts. Despite the high voltage, the size of the device allows us to connect more easily without having to connect an extension module in between. And the ISO 16885 is so large that it can operate at a temperature of up to 70 degrees Celsius.
With
our integrated test current generator, we are able to locate the fault at string level, which customers and operators appreciate because they can tell their technicians specifically which string is the one affected and not just make a general statement about where the fault may be. It's extremely important to localize the fault, which saves time and means that the system can be connected to the grid again more quickly and can provide full power. That is very important to the operators.
Ja, das ist richtig. Das heißt,
yes, that is correct. This means that the electrician must only look at the 10, 12 or 15 PV modules to see where the fault is. He no longer has to search the individual strings completely. That is really the advantage of an insulation fault locating system.
In this context, we should also refer to the product standard for PV IMDs, the European standard EN 61557-8, or the German standard VDE 0413-8, according to which PV-compatible IMDs must function under certain dynamic reference characteristics.
Was wir den Kunden versprechen können.
What we can promise our customers is that our systems comply with the installation standard or the product standard for isometers and that this dynamic reference behavior, for example, the adaptation of our insulation monitoring devices to precisely fulfill extreme conditions. Therefore, we can give our customers the confidence and satisfaction of knowing that they can operate their systems effectively and safely. Practice has also shown that we are able to set ourselves apart from the market because the quality we bring to the market is reflected in the systems.
And also on the topic of replacing old modules that are rated for 150 or 200 watts with new modules having 400 or 500 watts, which are currently on the market, we can also provide support by renewing the insulation monitoring at this time and bringing it up to the latest standards.
It's not about installing a system cheaply, but you also have to think about effective and cost-efficient operation and also give society the promise that the systems that are part of the energy transition also function safely and therefore don't shut down uncontrollably.
Dem habe ich nichts hinzuzufügen.
Thank you very much for your time. Shall we go for a coffee now?
Great, thank you very much.